guys will be able to see what I'm seeing at the same time. Okay, cool. So yeah, if you guys have any questions that you want to drop in the chat, please feel free to do so. I'm going to do my co-working at the same time and do a little outline for my video. But if you want to drop your big three, yes. Oh yeah, that's so sweet. I will be. Yes, I'll be live. What times, what dates? Because it's Christmas, my schedule's a little bit wonkier, but I know that it should be updated. So if you have any times that you want to book, I just won't be available Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. Hello, Athuana. How are you? How are you? So besides that, I should be good. I think I have some availability for Friday and Saturday, but I always kind of go blank on that when I'm on live. But yes, the short and sweet of it is that at some point I will be. So that I have that, and this is the last month that I will be doing the $8.88 for the readings, so they will go up come like mid-January. Hi Avia, welcome. Hola, hola. So I'm gonna be working. I don't know if any of you know what your G center looks like in Human Design, but it is the diamond-shaped center in the middle of your chest, and I had a request for that type of video, or doing that type of video outline. So let me see. There we go. I was doing that on live today, and my live crashed during the day on YouTube, so I want to finish that while we're here. So if you guys have anything you want to work on simultaneously in kind of a sacred space and quiet space, you could do that. Or if you have any questions related to human design, astrology, any of that, you can drop that in the comments too, or book a reading, and I'll pause in between to do that. Oh, I want to light my candles too. I am excited. Christmas is always kind of bittersweet. You know, I think that if you guys also have complicated family dynamics like I do, then it always adds to a layer of it. Yeah, there you go. But overall, yes, I got married this year, so this is my first Christmas season with my official in-laws, although we were dating prior to that, so I have celebrated Christmas with them before in a nice Cuban family, which is always fun and festive. But yeah, it's definitely, I have tried to get ahead of the curve with buying gifts and doing all those kinds of things. Thank you so much. So that way I can be productive with my time. So yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that. I'm from the US. I'm from New Jersey originally. So I'm a Jersey girl, which is very Christmassy. I actually just went out to dinner on Tuesday with one of my childhood friends at a place that we grew up in New Jersey. I also there was it's called Brothers Daily. It's in a coastal town called Seabright, and they have a really cute like Christmas display. So I recommend. I can see my chat on YouTube. Hi YouTube people. Hi Goddess, how are you? But yeah, I love that idea. Hi Chelsea. Hi both Chelseas. Oh my god, both my Chelseas at the same time. I feel like that always happens. Like I'll always summon all my Chelseas simultaneously, which is so funny. But I love that. We are. Absolutely. Or you guys are. We are and you guys are. I'm doing a little bit of a co-working session simultaneously. So if you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat and I'll answer them in between. And then if you do want a 10-minute reading with me, I will do them for the next hour. I wanted to make sure, thank you, Manuel. Hi, Deanna, that I got, yeah, exactly. I wanted to make sure that I got on live so that everyone in my Patreon had a chance this month to, oh, nice, I love that, had a chance to book their reading with me for the month of December. So, because I won't be on for Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, which falls on our usual, Wednesday, I'm looking at my calendar, our Wednesday and Thursday spots this year. So as I said, I'm doing a little earlier, for those of you who are just tuning in, I'm doing a little co-working at the same time. Because I need every second I could get before the holidays. That's okay, Via. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if it's hard. I was explaining it, but I know I have a couple people that are bilingual, but basically I'm doing a hybrid of if anyone wanted to do a reading or ask questions about their human design and astrology while I'm on, you can do that. But I also do what's called like a co-working session. So I'll also be working on something. If you have like a chore that you want to do, or if you have anything work related, like Chelsea is editing wedding videos, video footage, or I should say, I don't know actually photo or video. I'm just saying video because I'm waiting on my wedding video. But we'll do little tasks simultaneously. So right now I'm writing an outline for my YouTube video about one of the centers in human design that one of my clients requested. So if you have something you want to do or anything you want to ask questions about, that is kind of where we're at right now. Oh yeah, it's photo because video I need to be in an isolation chamber. Hi Jules, good morning. I hope you have a good day today. Yeah, I understand for video needing to be in an isolation chamber. That's how I am too. I've tried to do like edit my YT videos on live, but it's too distracting, and I haven't figured out a way to basically not hear myself. Like I need to hear what I'm saying because I'm not like looking for video footage. So, or like looking for specific edits. It's not atmospheric as much as it is educational. So that also adds to my limitations too. Hello, hola, Eblino, lo siento. My day's good. Thank you, thank you. I'm working on some outlines for my YouTube channel, and then I wanted to open the floor because I will only be live like once or twice more before New Year's Eve. So sometimes here in my lives, people like to do readings with me, and we talk about astrology and human design. So hello, welcome. I like your emojis next to your name. That's the theme of the day for most people. I was on YouTube live earlier, and I had just some people, it's really the internet just shows you some interesting, it takes all types to make the world go around, I'll say. Hi Soul, welcome. And this is my human design book that I am referring to. But there was just so people will come in and no one reads anything anymore. So I'm just you know what? If no one reads the description, I'm not explaining what I'm doing. If people do not take the time on a YouTube live, I'm writing something, the header says co-working session, and I'm this is why we need to build less of a soft generation, I guess, or just the people's ability, and it's not even generational per se, but in the age of social media, it's people expect things to be so easy that it's reading the simplest of things. Hello, Riley. It's even when I'll have people book, I'm if anyone doesn't read that it's so simple to book a TikTok live mini reading, I'm refunding you your money if you book the wrong thing, and go find somebody else. It's so simple, and honestly, I have no capacity. And if we can't figure those things out, we need basic energetic etiquette outside of Human design is not going to help you at that point. I'm good. Yes, yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, if we're on, yeah, I know, I was just talking about it briefly, because of my, not directly, I'm sure it will happen again. I'm from New Jersey, but I was talking about my YouTube today, and it was like, people were like, what are you writing? Why aren't you talking to me? You know, like, what's happening here? And I'm like, I have no time. But it's also like learning the landscape of my audience on YouTube, especially during the day, is like a different audience than TikTok. And like, I'm newer to YouTube than I am to TikTok, right? Hello. So in that way, it's like, you know, sometimes I'll give people the benefit of the doubt, but not often anymore. Like, I know enough of like people, especially adults, anyone that's over the age of 18 roughly, for the most part, at least in those ways, works. So hi Biana, welcome. Yeah, I want to do co-working lives, but that exact interaction is what holds me back because I have no patience. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Philly, yay! I'll be in Philly. I actually just sent in my headshot and everything. I'm gonna do live human design readings at the Ritz-Carlton in Philadelphia in February. So yeah, I like going. Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna be 32, so I'm a little bit older than 19, but thank you for that. But yeah, I love Philly, such a great city. So I'm close. But yeah, and honestly, Chelsea, like, oh yay, perfect, Deanna. Thank you. Yeah, oh, it was timed out. Yeah, okay, perfect. Yes, I just see your notification came in, so we'll start in just under 10 minutes. Hi Tish, thank you. Hi Ellie, welcome. Thank you. But yeah, I just like, thank you to our parents for feeding us whatever preservatives in the night, literally. Well, you know what, like, I think too, like, like, good genetics. I also, like, don't go out in the sun. So, yeah. Oh, wow, that's so funny. So I'm actually, Beata, have you been here before? I'm actually from Middletown, in Monmouth County, which is so funny. So I don't know if you are newer here, if we've chatted before, forgive me. But, thank you, I appreciate that. Yeah, oh, that's so funny. Yeah, I love Monmouth County, born and raised. I love it. I was actually just there. I was in Seabright. I was just telling everyone here. I just went on Tuesday. Oh, that's great. Amazing. But, oh, that's so funny. Yes, my friends that I was there, I want to say their development was like Wyndham or something like that. They were by MJ's in Matawan. But I love that. That's so great. Yeah, and TikTok Live is a nice way to like, to figure out. I'm from New Jersey. But yeah, it was a great area. I did an event, actually, I did a pop-up event at Bellworks, for that blue, thought you support Chelsea. Who's Chelsea? I don't know who Chelsea is. If they're nice, sure, I'll support anyone who's nice. But, yeah, so I don't know, I did an event at, Bellworks in Homedale. And then where else have I done stuff? Brew in Matawan, I actually know his mom, so. Oh yeah, that's so great. So Severance, Severance HQ, all the fun things. That's so cool. Yeah, I know. I'm like, Chelsea? Yeah, sure. I don't, like, with my accent, yeah, it's so cool. I know, I just always, yeah, that's fair. That's so true. Yes, I miss it, but I go back. I mean, it's easier for me because I'm like right over the border, PA. But yeah, it's been nice, like, just kind of to have a refreshing change of pace. It just is like, I mean, as you know, if you go back like so incredibly crazy, like I just think of what they're doing to like the Monmouth Mall and like that whole area is like so, it's just so built up and so insane. I was glad to have a little bit more elbow room. Or it's like, if it's gonna be that busy, I'm with you, where it's like, I'd rather just be in a city. Like, then I know kind of what to expect, but it's weird when it's like, places go through their metamorphosis, and I always say that for our generation. Yeah, oh, I love that. Yeah, that's sweet. That's very sweet. Aw, that'll be great. I mean, that's such a great, like, change of pace and doing something new, especially if you also do stuff online too. So, now we live in the far northeast. Oh, that's great. Yes. My cousin just moved out of Philly proper into a suburb, near like Conshohocken, like that area. I just learned how to pronounce it like last week, so. But I'm gonna pause there for a minute just to look at beautiful Deanna's question here before we'll pivot over in a second to her reading, since she paid for the next 10 minutes of my time. Let's see. Okay, perfect. Yes. Okay, I'm excited. Yeah. Yeah. And my grandma says, "Oh, that's awesome. Yes, you grew up in Montco, in Montclair, or Monmouth County? I don't know Montco if that's like an actual town in New Jersey. I don't know of it, but yeah, I have a lot of fun memories, and I go back like pretty often. So for me, it's not like that. Oh, Montgomery County. Okay, yeah, I'm not as familiar. I don't share as much now, like exactly where I am, because like it's not that hard to find people on the internet, but I'm like, I don't want people to know where I am exactly for obvious reasons, but yeah, that's great. But let me pause here and bring up a couple things for Deanna, so I don't get too distracted. Oh, I think this is December's chart. Hold on. I have December and Deanna. Yeah, there we go. And then we'll scroll to the bottom here. So since we're here, Deanna, if you're cool and you want to, I do, Grace, yes. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of too. I'm gonna hang out. Yeah, absolutely. If you want to give a thumbs up, who's that standing behind me? I don't know. Your ancestors around me. Okay, cool. So we'll start. Let me write down the minute marker so that I can send you the recording, and that we have that we're starting at 21 minutes and 50 seconds. For your chart and wisdom and advice. So I do advice for the Capricorn gate placements 38 and 58. The new moon in Sagittarius, and then it moves into Capricorn. Reminds me of how my gate 58 is in my 5th house, ruled by Sagittarius, but in the sign of Capricorn. Hold on. The new moon in Sagittarius, and then it moves to Capricorn. Right. Reminds me of how my gate 58 is in the 5th house, ruled by Sagittarius, but is the sign of Capricorn. Let me see. Gate 58 is a Capricorn placement between 3 and 9 degrees. So you're looking at the intersection of your natal chart, essentially. Thank you. Your natal chart, essentially, and your human design. So gate 58 is always going to be for Capricorn, knows your 6th house. Okay, I understand. So Placidus. Hi, Tiara. So Placidus versus whole sign. Okay, that'll help me. So two things that I'm always looking at, right? Especially when I'm looking at gate 38 and gate 58. And I'll read to you the couple descriptors. I actually have the book linked, as I say, also on my page here. I'll read gate 38 and gate 58, but only some pieces of it, because this book can be a little bit dense at times, depending on the gate placement and how they word things here. But with those two placements in general, gate 38, you and I create actually an electromagnetic channel together. I love that. Good. It's a good day for Jupiter to be good to you. But essentially with gate 38, we're looking at the gate of the fighter. We're picking and choosing what we're basically picking and choosing what is worth it to fight for. So when we're fighting for something, or we feel that like agitation, which is like, so like even today, I was just like, oh bro, like I could feel like the gate 38 energy of Capricorn. And while our Sagittarius, we have Mercury in Sagittarius, and then just the new moon in Sagittarius and Sagittarius season, just like making everybody a little bit more energetically edgy, especially right now. There's a lot of people, and like Christmas time, the holidays, when there's like this kind of societal expectation to spend money. Yes, exactly. I'm like, what transit? We can include all of these transits simultaneously. The Saturn and Neptune conjunction is what's also making it harder for people to see things clearly. So it's exactly right with like, especially being in mindset management, right? It's like people not being able to have clarity, peace of mind, like just the miscommunications, like, and it's really interesting because I was saying the way that I've noticed it being expressed more consciously, or not even consciously, actually a lack thereof, more obviously, is people getting really mad at other people when they don't understand something, and then they start to feel insecure. So I'll give you an example of this, because I was just talking about this with a beautiful Libra that lives locally to me, actually. Oh, there you go. So you're kind of like, yeah, welcome to my world. People not understanding me all the time. but we're looking at how so I was explaining this to her in this reading where she was saying how people were kind of expressing, because of these energies in her chart, that like she does events, and there were musicians that were coming to her and saying, like, they were kind of giving her an attitude. And I said, a lot of times, like, especially under these transits, people come and give you an attitude and want to place the blame on you when they don't know how to articulate asking the proper questions for what they need to feel secure. So, for example, like, I've done events that I usually don't anymore, because like this is like my 10th year in business, and 4 years, almost 5 years, like doing this full time for human design. And so I don't really do events where it's the first year of them trying it out, right? Because I know that when we're doing that, and I just had an experience where like I walked into the event and I know what questions to ask that people that are having the event for the first time don't really know that are going to come up. Like, I want to know, if I'm in a room full of all vendors, I want to know where my table is. I have to tell the people that I'm vending, or the location that I'm vending at, that I need to sit by a wall that has an outlet. So to consider that, because I need to use my computer and plug in my computer, so that I can, obviously run chart generators, things like that. And gate 38 is like making people, in this conjunction to your point, is making people not take the time to remember that they have the power to ask those questions. So they're nitpicking and they're fighting over the minutia and semantics of things that don't really matter. Grace, I'm just doing a paid reading for Deanna, but I'll answer your comments after, just so I can kind of focus, and I do a little bit of channeling. So I'm not ignoring you, just so you know, but I just like to be able to give us some space so that I can focus on those readings. So I know it's your first time here too. Same goes for you, Raphael, too. But basically with regardless of where your placements are too, it's like this energy is like, okay, we're fighting for something. Mercury in Sagittarius is like not really giving a fuck about like how our communication lands either. And then gate 58 is like, what is actually essential for us to get things done on our to-do list. So when we're looking at that, right, and we're looking at kind of like your 5th and 6th house energy at the same time, we're looking at a little bit of like what do you actually need to get done? Who is it absolutely essential that you need to communicate with? I love how in true projector fashion, Deanna, you're already doing this by like what your video that I commented on the other day, when you were like, okay, I've clocked in, I've posted my 9 posts for the day and seen, like, you got me for 6 TikToks, like, I'm out. And it's very much so about that, like really learning to be incredibly efficient with your time. Like for me today, I commented yesterday that I was going to be on at 7:30 to you guys in Patreon. I said, hey, 7:30. Nobody answered. No harm, no foul for me, but that is like, okay, nobody answered in our community chat, but I know that like it's not going to be that big of a deal tomorrow energetically, because the people that were like, hey, I was going to tune on at this time, like if there was any changes, like they're able to communicate and know to do that, as long as I know that I'm planting the seed of kind of where to give the proper bumpers on the bowling lane to make sure that everyone's getting, taken care of in the appropriate way. So it's like communicating what's absolutely essential is going to be important. Now, when I read to you about the gate of the fighter, this is from the definitive book of human design. It's linked in my profile. The 38th gate exerts a pressure on you and those around you to discover the value of one's own life. There may be a reason to exist, a purpose, and something to love that elevates struggle beyond simply surviving. Backed by the energy to oppose or fight, argue, you are capable of forcefully confronting adversity itself. You actually enjoy a good fight. Purpose for you is enhanced when you stand up for those who can't stand up for themselves, if it's correct for you to do so. So choosing that wisely. We're all going to be experiencing a little bit of this energy in the not so distant future. Your determination to persevere empowers others to discern for themselves which individuating struggles or circumstances have value or not, to know what is worth fighting for, and to avoid wasting energy by engaging in battles that are not correct for you. You look to the awareness potential of gate 28. So that's why, Deanna, our relationship works really well, because you have gate 38, I have gate 28, and we say, okay, hey, I'm going to help you figure out, like, this is what you need to do. You already listened to the advice. I know that for Deanna, I just give her the instructions of what I know has worked for me to grow on this app, for example. She takes it, she runs with it. She's doing amazing. A+, check mark, 100%. It's a gold star sticker on the paper of homework, right? So really focusing on that. Since gate 38 is one of the three gates of deafness that protects your individuality from being influenced by others, you preserve your potential integrity by opposing those forces who would compromise you. Exactly. You're actually doing it. That's the most important part. That's where, like, for me, if I have people that have come into Patreon and they will cancel really quickly because they don't understand that, like, for $22 a month, I'm thinking, I've thought about it, I've done it, I've executed it on it for you, and I've condensed it down to a 15-minute video. Your responsibility is to know that the execution of those things is in that 15-minute video. But if I have somebody during a gate 38 transit or with gate 38 that wants to basically crawl in there and not do any of that, but through osmosis and just being in Patreon wants to get things done just by being in our energy, it's not really going to happen. You know, we don't have to destiny swap. Thank you. We can't destiny swap. That's the opposite, antithesis, diametrical opposite of everything that this work stands for. So it's like, don't make it harder on yourself. And then a lot of people now too, with these transits, and to your point, are looking to, sometimes people keep asking in spiritual spaces about the same, also because of gate of deafness. If they're deaf and they have this transit, right, they're just never going to hear me anyway. So I don't worry about people who are committed to misunderstanding me regardless, right? Like, anyone, I set the boundaries pretty quick. You guys know that have been with me for a while, that have had people that have come in here, booked the wrong thing, like I was talking about earlier. They're never going to come back because, like, yeah, they got what they needed. It was enough for the moment. But, like, I don't hold the capacity for ignorance essentially in that way. You know, it's like we have so many other more important things to talk about that we have to get into in these spaces, that if we're talking about an education issue with not knowing where a link in bio is or how to sign up, I have no patience for that. It's not in my cards. There's somebody else that will love to cater to you in that way, but I know that that's not me. That's not what I want to fight for. There are certain people that need a level of coddling in their spiritual spaces. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Good. Because it's like, use that, right? Like, that's where when people always ask me for more, they want me to do more in Patreon. I'm like, you literally have, like, do you not understand that, like, I am an introvert? Right? I'm extroverted in these ways because I don't talk to people outside of my readings. I'm not on in so many other spaces where my energy is hemorrhaging out, right? Like, I can be good here and be on for people because I know gate 58, gate of vitality, what I need to do in what time and what structure to be available for my people, so that I am extroverted, or really an ambivert. I can be social when it's important for me to be social. So yeah, it's like, I would love to be able to split myself and be, you know, Octomom that can divide into 80 different places, but, right? Yeah, exactly. And that's what you should do, right? Gate 58, exactly to your point, is that Capricorn energy of, like, Saturnian, like, I need to be disciplined about controlling my energy. And this is what we talked about with that other person, because you're welcome. It's not up to, like, the other people in your life that you were asking me about, Deanna, and that one woman in particular that was, like, really trying to, like, push you for more and for better. Like, you know, and have to teach people how to treat you. I say that all the time. Just because somebody is quote unquote stupid and not being able to see that, like, hey, like, I do not have capacity for this. You have to gracefully remind them, and maybe sometimes people don't listen with graceful. You know, it's like if somebody's catcalling you down the street in Manhattan, they're not going to respond to, hey, can you please, like, stop, not do that? That's like, fuck off. Like, that's what that situation requires. Some people deserve a fuck off. Some people deserve a, like, hey, I know you're not trying to, like, funk, you know, this energy up right now, but, like, you need to chill. And the people that are meant to stay with you will be able to handle that with your gate 58. The people that aren't going to go with you for a long time, it's just like a not my circus, not my monkeys. And gate 58, you know, really teaches you how to be able to know the difference, and it's a muscle that you're flexing over time. So it's happening again. Yes, exactly. And it's because, listen, when you glow and you're focused on your mindset, you are like you know how the bug lanterns outside, or it's like, they're really beautiful. It's like a moth to a flame. That is a saying for a reason. Your fire burns so brightly, people have to understand. You can come and warm your hands around me, but if everybody tries to steal a log out of the fire goes out and nobody gets anything. If you're everything to everybody, you're nothing to nobody. And that's really what, even Sagittarius season, it's like season of freedom and feeling expanded. Like I, especially for my placements too, as an Aquarius rising, similar to how this matches up here, it's about like not letting people know that like you have to stop thinking that you are the only person in my life that asks for me in this way. And I will only allow that for a certain, you get one opportunity to be told, but if you're an adult that knows the way that the world works, you know, it's like people will have come, not so much anymore, but like into my DMs and venting and lamenting about their problems. And I'm like, I run a business, right? There is an exchange of opportunity here. I don't care if you are unhappy with the fact that I charge for my services and a spiritual discipline, but if you want it from me, from Brenna or from Deanna, this is what it costs for me to do it for you, right? You don't go into a store and say like, oh, I really wish I had that shirt, and expect them to just give it to you. There are other people, if we are here in this way in this time, like I am aware that our businesses and what we do, Deanna, is a luxury, right? It's arguably an essential, but I know I pour more than enough into my content, my YouTube, my free resources, that there's enough out there that you can't help people that don't want to help themselves. The people that come into the DMs or come into your life, those are your tests right now to help you flex the muscle of being uncomfortable, throwing the ball back in that person's court that made you feel uncomfortable. It's like people have to understand that like you have to take a second to observe and know what the environments are that you're walking into, because people will put their foot in their mouths because they don't take the time. Thank you. They don't take the time to understand the energetics of what's happening. It's like, well, people will come in here and like, I know automatically who are the people that are just in here because they like me, they like the magnetism, they like the energy, they like what I'm talking about. And yeah, and listen, it's like if you've given them the disclaimers, this person knows what they're doing or they're too stupid to know the difference. Either way, they gotta go, right? It's like there are people that will love you. You are one of those people to me. I give you advice, you do what you're supposed to do with it, you don't take advantage of me, you have respect for the work, right? See how our relationship works and know that there are people in your life that will be the same version of our relationship in that way, right? And it's like, we know there's no more, no less. It's like you're appreciative of the exchange, I'm appreciative of the exchange, we know what we're in it for, and there's clear boundaries there. But like adults like have to, and it's so funny because I literally was driving down to meet my friend in New Jersey on Tuesday, and when I'm driving is when I kind of get a lot of downloads, and in my audio messages I wrote like, people only learn from the consequences of their actions. I don't like to have to be mean, but sometimes being mean and being a bitch is the only way that people actually learn, right? Because there are a lot of people, especially in these spaces, I say the internet and even in person, it's like we always have to have our discernment for who are the people that are really worth it. You know, that person, I can give you a lot of disclaimers, right? But if you disrespect me, you have to understand that like we are not cutting people off with no logical action. Yeah, exactly. Like you have to clear out that space of like the fly to get the butterfly to take its place. You know, it's like you have to be able to clear out or trim the fat of your energy to have somebody that will actually be able to fulfill it in a way that's more aligned. That's your test to say, hey, are you going to take the low hanging fruit just because they're the only person around you right now? It's like, no, I don't need this. I need something better. And that's what I'm positioning myself in that position. I'm putting myself in that position, universe, to be in that way. You know, or in that position where I can receive people that are more aligned. And it's like it's the incredible amount of faith that's needed. I just reposted it because on Wednesday, the next day, I was like, oh, I have to make a video about that. And a lot of you liked it. You may have even been one of the people that saw it, but it's in my repost, Deanna, if you want to watch it. And it's a guy in a sweater and he's sitting down, and it's the title of the video is like, let them suffer. And, you know, right now it's like when you start to glow up and grow up, you're just outgrowing people and outgrowing energies. Hi, Clara. Nice to see you. Welcome. Basically people that don't have, what was I going to say? I was like, oh, Clara, audio message. I sent you the audio message like in September, I think it was, right? If I'm thinking of the right Clara. Nice to see you. I did repost it. That's what I was gonna say. Like, go watch that for Deanna and for anybody. It's just a really good mindset for those of us. Like, listen, I'm a Pisces sun. I am an Aquarius rising. I am meant to be there for my people. Yeah, I have 5 planets in Scorpio, so I know you also have really good and powerful energy. So I was like, you're one of those people that I'm like, just let me know what you're doing, and when I see you, on TV and you're talking about your business, like some people just have that, and you're one of those people, especially that'll stick in my memory. But again, 5 planets in Scorpio helps me there. But yeah, Deanna, I think just, giving yourself the opportunity to not take the low-hanging fruit, and to know that, like, even though, and this is part of the practice of unmucking who you've been, the type of people that you were around, that you grew up with, especially before our brain develops, and, our family members, our friends, and thinking of it one way. And then now that you've learned and taught yourself better, you're moving forward in a direction that's just connecting with more aligned people. And so, yeah, I love that. And so having to find what is behind you. It's a Botticelli fresco. A lot of people have been very attracted to that today. I don't think many people have seen semi-nude ladies in their life before, so it's an anomaly. But, it's like, the more that you practice, the exposure therapy of dealing with more people, people like that tend to get really boring, Deanna, because you start to notice the pattern. For me, again, as 5 planets in Scorpio, it's like I've recognized the pattern of this general archetype of people. So like I kind of know what I'm gonna get, and I know, and I can smell within 3 seconds. Like I was saying earlier, like the people that will come into a live and they're fishing for engagement because they just started something new, and they're, in all capitals, look at me, I do this and I do, it's like people are using your discernment for who is actually genuine, and like actually taking the time. If they say that they want to do the same things that you're doing, Deanna, it's like, and especially for me, because I meet so many people in business that I adore and appreciate, but like not every one of my clients or people that I connect with in a live is going to be my friend or can have that access to me. It's like setting that relationship up for failure. And a lot of that also comes with, especially during this season and this kind of process of unmucking as we go through the next 19 years of Pluto and Aquarius. It's like we're really being taught what effective community actually means. And, I can have we have a genuine relationship, Deanna, in Patreon and in this way, in a business relationship, but we don't have to be friends personally and text all the time, right? I love you for who you are, but like it's having that compartmentalization, and it shouldn't be, people shouldn't take that some type of way. It's like we have our coworkers, we have, our friends, our close friends, our family. And I know, again, I'm an introvert. So it's like when people think that they're getting a version of that, yeah, listen, it's lonely at the top for a damn reason. I will tell you that too. Like, because the people that you genuinely want to connect with are busy being about their business too. It's people like knowing that, like thinking about, like, you don't want to have, you already are a mom. The only person you should be taking care of in crisis right now is December, right? And anyone else that's really coming to you in heavy crisis, pivoting them so they're a client, and whatever that looks like, and that's fine, right? But people don't like, if they're coming to you in that kind of weird gray way, they want to, that's a sign that somebody wants a destiny swap with you. They want to be close enough to you and make themselves a friend so that they can get your business advice for free. Okay, exactly. If somebody isn't busy and like it's, yeah, thank you, Darian, I appreciate that. It's like if somebody isn't busy, it's like I know, it's like I love you, but like I can have love for you, I appreciate what you're doing, but it's like we're just genuinely not in the same space, because if you try to be my friend, then you're going to become resentful of the fact that like I don't have time for you in that way. Especially like, again, you have December, I'm married, I have my husband, like it's those kinds of things that it's like people who aren't in those positions, it's okay if they don't understand, but I will not try to over-explain myself to somebody who I know genuinely does not have the capacity to hear what I'm saying. And that doesn't necessarily inherently make them dumb, although there's plenty of dumb people that are like that, but it is like just a lack of being able to resonate to the experience of my personal life and my professional life. and you have to act accordingly, right? It's like I don't want to be somebody that I could really easily be the girl boss that's like, here's how to five times your human design and comment quiz and get this, and that's an ecosystem, right? But what that ends up becoming in this variation of business is another circle jerk of people who are profiting off of teaching you how to make money, and the way that they make money is by teaching other people how to make money. And we don't need any more of that. That's actually not going to be a sustainable business practice over the next 20 years. I'd rather do it sustainably by being real and saying like, hey, it's okay that it makes you uncomfortable that I tell you that I don't really want you to be my friend. Like, we are not in the same spot, right? But it's like really, especially because of my Saturn return and with these placements and all of our Capricorn Mars, it's a very Capricorn Mars conversation. It really is about like, people have to be okay with being a little bit, like being uncomfortable for the sake of a boundary being set. It's like people don't like in this space, okay, I'm glad, Deanna, like people don't like in this space to be told like, because also it's like the unspoken red thread of like women in general being unpaid laborers. And so like a lot of what I was actually just talking about this today to somebody, and I was filling out my vendor profile for the event in Philly at the Ritz-Carlton, and how a lot of men that I was working with and women in the music industry that were just starting out, that were kind of in that halfway point, were people who really just wanted groupies. And I'm like, oh, because you only want groupies, you actually are fundamentally uneducated in what I actually do as an artist manager. So if you want a groupie, that's fine, but like I actually put in work for like making your business get off the ground. And there are people who understood that. Those are people who I sold, you know, $7,000 works of art for, and we delivered that. Hi, babe. But, you know, there are people who, you know, it's like you get what you get, you don't get upset. If you don't want to watch my videos and you don't want to put the energy of the day energy of the day, the human design way to work, but you want to blow up my DMs about your personal problems, then that is your malfunction, not mine. Like that is, you have to understand that like eventually too, it gets embarrassing for people, and people have to, we're kind of in a middle ground where it's like, we're afraid to embarrass people or like, you know, make them uncomfortable by setting a boundary in that way. And it's not like we have to, that's not like, you know, the big B, capital BULLYING, or however you spell it, word, but it's like we're in this kind of middle ground of like people knowing that we have to set boundaries, but there's such a thin line where also people in the spiritual space will try to spin it if they don't like how you come at them a certain way as like being rude, because women in spiritual spaces are supposed to teach, you know, have strong boundaries and be that way, but also do things for free. And it's like, you know, if you're providing, the short and long of it is, if you're providing and you know and are confident in knowing that you are, they get motivation, yes, that you are providing enough value in your content and what you put out there, right? If somebody, like a kind way to kind of do that is like, if you have a video where you talked about, you know, having that, exactly. If you were talking about, I don't know, mindset, right? And joy, and this person's telling you how they're depressed, you'd be like, oh, I just talked about that in this piece of content, and send them that URL to that piece of content. And it's a way to be like, oh, got it. This person is not gonna let me use their DMs or their text messages or what have you as an emotional dumping ground, right? Like I had somebody that DM'd me that knows me back from New Jersey, and they were like, oh, like I just broke up with my boyfriend and I want to know, you know, is it the Leo moon? And I'm like, no, like I was like short, sweet, and to the point. Like, no, that's not what I would look at. I would look at Saturn placements, and just the way it's like, you have to, again, teach people how to treat you, where it's like, I only have so many spoons, right? We all only have so many spoons, again, especially taking care of your daughter, that it's like allowing that, you know, and I think even just for you saying, like, I almost feel guilty for wanting to pour into myself and my daughter. It's like, who else is pouring into you, right? Nobody else is helping you. Nobody else is helping her in that way, right? There's only one person that can actually be her biological mom. Yeah, but it's Leo moon. It is always Leo moon. Yes, she was a Pisces. They're both Pisces, and it was like right during like peak of some of the Pisces transits. So yeah, but yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, Beata, this is what I'm saying. It's like that. It's like if you. Soft presentation of boundaries, exactly. It's like, that's exactly what it is, like a high ticket coaching class. That's why I don't use the word coaching, because coaching is in the spiritual space is the new market. It's like the equivalent to like what multi-level marketing is for like shampoo. It's like the Avon of our generation. And so like even in these situations where it's like if you actually want a business that you can put your head down at night in this way, yeah, exactly. Like it's, hi Carol. If you want to be able to be like, I'm being a real person. Listen, there are people in the space that, you know, they have a formula and they do their high ticket coaching and it's like this for spiritual. But like and people who have come into my lives and, you know, I've always charged between $8 and $22 here. And at any of those tiers on TikTok, people always tell me that I'm undercharging. And, you know, because I'm aware and cognizant of like the way that the world works and like tracking the system, people who are telling you to charge $50, you know, for a reading on TikTok Live, yeah, you could certainly do that. But if your objective is to get a lot of clients, right, you have to know that like these are people's first time meeting you. They don't know you from Adam and they're building a relationship. So it's like keeping the cost low is a way to like, how many of you that are here, right, have like done a reading with me and it was a lower ticket offer because you just needed to give me a chance and I wanted to make it easy for you to say yes to me, right? So it's like I know that I give a lot of value even just in this free conversation, but I have my business structured where it's like I'm not, you know, doing a discovery call and here's how we do the high ticket and the coaching. Most people in 2025 and 2026 don't have that kind of money in that way. Yeah, exactly. Don't have that kind of money in that way. And so it's like just looking at the, like really understanding, it's like people who are selling certain things in the high ticket coaching world right now are doing so out of desperation because that model is like in its 29th, you know, it's 11:59 p.m. The clock is about to hit midnight. So yeah, I came to TikTok to not give so much personal time away. And last 2 years have been exhausting. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Clara, I don't know if you were raising your hand or not, but let me know if you could drop a question in the meantime. I'm just riffing off of Deanna's reading at this point. I'm going to go in about, hi Julia, in about 10 minutes or so. Hi Chris. But thank you, Deanna, for letting me riff off your question because it was a good one. And I think just an important conversation for us to have because like as somebody who's like always been a little bit ahead of like the trend forecasting curve, hi Julia, it takes some time to you know, there's a little bit of an adjustment period. Yeah, to the one point of paying, or the one point about paying the lower price is a way to get to know you. Yeah, absolutely. It's like you, again, like there are so many, and you have to think about this. I came in to TikTok knowing, and this is my art historian background, which helps me. So yeah, and listen, and you know, for you, Beata, I don't do anything for free. I have done this work for 10 fucking years, right? Sorry you didn't find me 10 fucking years ago, but it's like too bad, so sad. There are plenty of people who are starting off in the human design space that need people to practice on, find them. But if you want Brenna to do it, if you want Beata to do it, that's your body telling you that comes at a cost. If you want Deanna and to talk to Deanna, to have Deanna as an individual comes at a cost, right? You also get what you don't pay for. So people want this, like, it's a lot of, because of how we're being trained as a society, right? Again, going back to my historical context, I was gonna say earlier, I knew that I came onto TikTok primarily, hi Marie, I knew that I came onto TikTok primarily after people were so burned by the lack of spiritual, exactly, you pay for the good stuff, by lack of integrity on spiritual TikTok, because everyone was pulling cards, you know, in 2020, 2021 and COVID when everyone was home. And so, you know, it's like me fighting against that current to say like, hey, I'm actually a real person that's confident in myself because I know that I know my shit. And I know that if I didn't know my shit, I wouldn't be talking about it. I physically revolt at the idea of, you know, selling somebody something where I don't know what I'm talking about, or I don't know where to find the advice for them. You know, I have all my books, I have all my stuff where I know that I can do that. So, you know, I'm going in a couple of different directions under the same umbrella, but I'm trying to think of all the check boxes of things that I wish somebody told me, you know, when I was in the space, and just really understanding, like, and assessing how to be an asset, especially now, like TikTok is like in its kind of weird space. Like we had the glitch of last year, you know, in January in the US, and it went dark for a day and then we came back and it had this kind of like, it's like a game where like, saying you're playing like a game with somebody, and they, the lights are on and you're both standing in different corners of the room, and then you say, okay, to the person, like, I'm gonna shut the light off and you're gonna move one thing, and when I turn the lights back on, you have to tell me that you have to find, I have to find the one thing that moved. And so it's kind of that energy where we're like, something's different, and like I can kind of tell there's like the uptick of TikTok shop and blah blah blah, but like it's still like we're still here, we're still working with it. It's a way for us to connect to each other, but like there is something. No, I'm not going live Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Yeah, that I'm not. I have to make sure my thingy is blocked off. I'll be with my husband's family. But we're kind of in this weird gray area where it's like, for anyone starting a business right now, I just really asking yourself, like, I know I want to be of service to people in some way, right? Especially, if you're here, most likely you're in a service-based business, but how can I do it in a way where I'm doing it in a way that's natural and sustainable for me, but also in a way that I know I'm actually being of service to a need that somebody actually has at a cost that they can actually afford. So it's like, yes, there are people who it's no problem for them to spend $10,000 on a high ticket coaching program. 95% of those people do not have the time or are not on TikTok doing that. So you have to really think critically about, like, where are those people that I can connect with that have the ability to pay for the things that I need. So it's like, and this is where we get into that kind of weird semi-gray area of spiritual business, where, like, yes, it's not that it's impossible for you to make $10,000 in a spiritual high ticket business program, but you have to understand in reality with logical critical thinking where those people exist, right? Or what those people that are in, that kind of space, they're not the people that are scrolling, looking at, like a bunch of tarot card readers necessarily on their TikTok feed. You're really getting into the psychology of people, or like how people work and tracking that. Again, all my Scorpio stellium placements, it's like really looking at the reality of like where those people exist, what are they looking for, what hashtags do I need to use. But most people, when they're talking about starting a spiritual business, we're not even there yet if you're not even posting consistently online. Without a doubt, just on this app in general, you 100% need to be posting once a day. Like an actual post, right? Like you see me every day, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. I post my energy of the day, the Human Design way here, right? I've clocked in, I've done my post for the day, and I'm going about my business doing my other things. I post on YouTube. I also post on Instagram. I hit my 3 portals of where my people are, right? Some overlap, but there's, each person kind of or each place kind of has its own community. And then, I'll post more when I have bandwidth for it. But it's like, we just have to start with people needing to understand. And I was explaining this also last week, that I had a friend who had a BMW that they were paying like $3,000 for a month. Beautiful car. When you see them out, you're like, oh my God, this person is so successful. Like they have this beautiful BMW that like not a lot of people in that age group have. Like it's kind of rare. Like they must be doing something right. And then that person goes home and they're depressed and they're living with their parents and like they are miserable and like trying to claw their way out of life. And it's like, because that person at the time, doing better now, also didn't want to admit realistically that they're not at a time where they can have the ability to have the lifestyle that they need, where that BMW actually means something. It's like, oh, when we pull back the curtain, there's actually value there, right? Like I am okay with driving my, little 10-year-old 2-door Jeep, still a great car, love it, needs a little bit of TLC, right? Thank you, Clara. I'm recording it to YouTube, so it'll be there to live on YouTube as well, if you want to watch it again and again. But I think the biggest problem that I see right now is that for those of us who didn't grow up, or, even if you did grow up in a circumstance where you did have everything that you could have asked for, a lot of people don't want to admit where they're at in life, right? Like my husband and I bought the home that we could afford. It's a beautiful home. It's a 24-year-old home. There's things that we're updating to it. We need front steps, the front steps of our home to be redone. There's like little projects that we're working on, but we knew that I wasn't concerned about, like being a home content creator, right? And even if I was, and I do vlogs anyway for, a week in your life for Human Design. I have some in queue for January. But like I knew that like for my husband and I, it's what worked for us, and I wasn't concerned about, showing the people the front of my home or the BMW that I was driving to make it look like I was doing something in a certain way. It's like I value the integrity of, and I'm Aquarius rising, right? So I'm Saturn ruled, traditionally Uranus ruled modernly. And I think for, folks like you that are here, like for a lot of us, it's like we're building businesses that like we weren't necessarily given an upper hand. I didn't get a small loan from my parents to, fund the business that I'm doing in front of you right now. I built everything myself and found people that could help me here and there along the way. I, did a barter to have my website built and did human design exchanges to have my chart generator put in my branding colors. And then we also did an exchange, for other things, but it's like you have to pick and choose your spots for where you're allowing yourself to be a beginner. And I think that there's a lot of people that it's like, there's a lot of people that will sell you, the package of the high ticket coaching service, blah, 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 here's how to do it. But they're capitalizing on the fact that like it is a little bit of smoke and mirrors, and like they know that they can market it to you, so you have that need or you have that desire, but like they're banking on the fact that like you won't be smart enough to know that it's like there's one nugget in that hour that they've given you that how do I word it? It's like they're hoping that like that one nugget was enough to appease you for that hour or whatever. So yeah, it's like the biggest thing I can say, Beata, is like to give yourself, I have my little puzzle I have to do, but to give yourself the opportunity to just, learn and really take a true assessment of where you're at. Like, and nobody has to know, like, there's still going to be things that like, even if you're starting, that, just focus on what you're good at. When I was starting on here on TikTok Live, 2 or 3 years ago, 3 years ago, because I'll be in this house 3 years, and I really was only on live since I've been in this house. Yeah, roughly. I had, for 2 weeks, I went live for like four days in a row, 4 hours a day. And because I had the opportunity to, right? That was what my schedule allowed for. That's what I had energy for at the time. Now I'm like 90 minutes, 2 hours. And I'm like, okay, guys, see you later. Like, my life has shifted as it should. And I just read, I was like, drop your Venus sign. And I would read from, it wasn't this book, but it was the only astrology book you'll ever need is what it's called. And I just practiced doing that for 2 weeks. And for 2 weeks, I just let that be my experience to get familiar with who was on this platform. And, I'm 32 or 31, like, am I too old? Like, is it only like teenagers dancing on this app, and like, what is happening here? So it was like just allowing yourself to understand that, good things take time, but they also don't take as long as you think that they do, by just allowing yourself, allowing yourself to just understand where you're at. So, just a couple other tools for the toolbox. But I think that, full circle, just a lot of people don't want to admit to themselves where they're at. And if they can't do that, I love that. Yes, so sounds good. Well, enjoy. Probably spark some good conversation. Hopefully I give you some nuggets to talk about too. Let me look at my schedule, but now just give me until like Saturday, to like look again on Saturday to book, and then I'll go from there. But I can't, it's too much mentally for me to try to like think about my schedule right now too, while I'm talking. Thank you, Beata. Yeah, so I have not started live because I feel a little lost in the sauce of what to focus on. Yeah, I mean, listen, holistically, Beata, I already know, like, the tagline of what I'm in for. I'm going to get holistic something or other, like, holistic, yeah, thank you, Brie, holistic wellness, of some capacity. So what I know that, like, I'm Brenna Keeley Human Design, but I've also done a lot, and don't freak yourself out. Also, please, for the love of God, if you guys take nothing else away, don't change your name 84 times. Give yourself like I didn't change my profile picture until like last year, because I was like, people need the visual indicators and the reference of your name. Like, let it be holistically Beata, but let it now, right? No, my psychic intuitiveness, just let it be holistically Beata. You're probably a generator, a manifesting generator, if I had to assume, or, potentially a projector that feels the pressure of generators or man-gens. Yeah, it's like, give time for people to get to know you. You have to think about this too. I was just saying this to my husband today. I am aware that like I take my business very seriously, and obviously that's clear to you guys. However, I'm aware that all 17 of you that are here right now could be in comfy clothes, in your pajamas, sitting on your couch casually relaxing as I am working in this moment, right? So it's like thinking about the objective opposing view is that you have to remember that like as I'm doom scrolling and scrolling through my phone, you know, it's going to take me 7 times statistically, psychologically for everybody to be able to realize like, oh yeah, like that's the woman that I like that lives in Texas that makes all those delicious Mexican recipes. Oh, her name is Jen. Okay, like yeah, like I'll follow her, let me be engaged. Like I also allowing the space to remember that people are human and that you cannot operate initially from that place of anxiety or feeling like you have to do what is interesting to you. And so when you start acting from that place, oh yeah, absolutely. I have a free chart generator. They should always be free. Hi, Miracle. Let me know what you are. So that way I'll be back. I'm actually going to be back tomorrow. I just was thinking about this as I'm going to do my new moon in Sagittarius Patreon meeting from 5 to 5:30. And then about 5:45, it's Eastern Standard Time talking about 5:45, 6 o'clock Eastern. I'll be on here for an hour. Just to make up for yesterday. I missed yesterday with my people. So, just because it can give me another layer of how to help you, but essentially Beata in the last few minutes that we're here. Yeah, absolutely. I have all playlists that are organized. So you have like a 5-part series. When you find out what your energy type is, you can start there. That'll give you more questions to respond to. I have like in every playlist is what to do in business as your energy type. Again, like I make it easy for people to who want to help themselves to get enough information for free. And if you want to spend time with me one-on-one and talk about strategy for you specifically, that's what readings are for, right? So that's how I structure my business. If you poke around my website, you poke around my Instagram, my TikTok, it's not that hard to figure out how I run shit around here. But it's like, you know, just using that and saying like, okay, I like that Brenna does this. Maybe YouTube isn't my thing, so I don't really have to do that. Maybe I don't want to do one-on-one readings in this way. It's like, it just gives you some data to say like, okay, how are other people kind of doing these things? And then going from there. But what I was going to say is that just don't be worried about having to, what we value right now is knowing in our big age of 2025, almost 2026, that we can go back to people consistently for the same thing. I'm Brenna Keeley, Human Design. Lucas, yeah. No, Lucas, take your own advice. Wrong feed, my dude. But, you know, just that energy is saying like, okay, I know that people are going to come back to me for this one thing in this one way in this one time. And then in my lives, when we spend a little bit more time together, then we learn and we get more comfortable and we build a connection where you know the other things that I do. But I'm not concerned about whoring myself out and making myself, you know, everyone see how important I am, and every piece of content, you know, and explaining every single thing that I do, and every single day it's a different post about something. It's like, just let people get to know you for something and that they can rely on you. Like holistically Beata, maybe it's holistically about food, for example, you know, and holistic wellness when it comes to diet, and you do recipes. Like, be more niche down a little bit more than you think that you do. The people that are saying that you don't need a niche in this day and time are the people that I feel like are setting you up for failure. There is always a red thread that has to run through what you're doing that inherently makes it a niche. So figuring out like, who am I speaking to? I know that, you know, through my human design and that way my core red thread is just helping make people feel seen, to know that they're not crazy, and to use human design to help us both look objectively at who they are and say like, okay, here's the red thread that runs through who you are, what you're meant to do, how to refine it, what your biggest gift and your skill set are, you know, your skill set is, and like, how can we do that more efficiently? You know, every day, my energy of the day, the human design way, I stand in the same spot every single day. My outfit changes, but I'm in the same spot because it gives people the visual indicator of like, oh shit, this is Brenna, I want to listen to this, right? And then my other videos are down here that you'll see too. But I wouldn't make it a habit of being in 100 different locations and feeling like your background only needs to be different. You know, you could sit on the white wall of your bathroom floor, and there's a white wall, and you prop your phone up against your toilet, right? Like that's it's a Scorpio in me makes me crazy. Listen, I have 5 placements in Scorpio right on top of my chart, the 10th house. Crazy right here, right? But it's really not that crazy. I help midlife women a 90-day but just had a baby at 42 and the state of my health. Oh, I love that. Yes, threw me into a spiral. So even that, I would be like, with holistically Beata, right? Like, even so, it would just be, make it less salesy, right? Like, I don't want to feel like automatically when I go to your page, like that automatically tells me like, okay, I'm probably going to be sold something. Thank you, Fernando. Gracias. I would say like, you would more so be posting things about how to show people that you know what you're doing throughout the 90 days. You know, it's like women in midlife, like if I'm already exhausted and like, you know, my head, like, you know, from your personal experiences in 85 different places and I'm still bleeding because I just had a baby and like, I don't know what way is up and I'm scrolling as I'm breastfeeding, you know, every 2 hours at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, fuck, like now I have to like listen to like how I'm gonna get pitched at for like 90 days. Like, and I'm not saying this to be cruel, but just like, so you know, let me know if you guys can hear me. My alarm may have muted me because I'm gonna post now. But you were just kind of over it. We know the vocabulary of like, I help women do this. And that's fine for like back end, behind the scenes for you to know. Like I help women who are I help middle-aged women that are, you know, whatever, like had geriatric pregnancies in the eyes of, you know, the medical industry, you know, heal themselves in 90 days. You know that that's what you're doing. But as a consumer, like I know automatically that it's like the goal is to sell me on like your 90-day program. But like I am more interested in like if you want to truly be of service, like I have 7 seconds to look at your video as a mom that is either a single mom or a mom that has like 3% brain capacity. How do you make it incredibly simple and palatable for your clientele? Right? Like what is a quick holistic tip that makes it easy? You know, when you're talking to somebody about a complex concept, the last thing that I'll say before I leave you guys is to talk to your audience as if they are at like an 11-year-old like reading level. Oh yeah, I love that. Yeah, it's like the clients I have had all over 2 men, so it's like like, oh, do I need short? No, I would say like then it's not women, it's not midlife women, then you talk to new parents. Like that's the switch. So if you've had men, it's more so like I talk to, you know, let's say millennial parents who are trying to not fuck up their kids like their parents did or something like that. Like it's like that to me is like, that's like more of a relatable to like your age group too. Like and just like shows a little bit of humanity, whether you curse or not. But it's like, you know, just like remember it's real people that you're talking to, and you know, to it doesn't have to be so stuffy. Yeah. Oh, I love that. Yeah. I'm just, you know, yes, and that of course you could argue that point, but like no, you know what I'm talking about. Like to read between the lines, like or whatever I would say I help new parents. Period. I help new parents. In 90 days. But again, I'm like, you have to show people that like you have to give some stuff away for free in your content. You know, what's the tip? Like it's at the end of the day, it's like you're educating people about, you know, how to keep their kids alive and healthy holistically, right? That's what every parent is terrified of. I want to keep my kid alive and make sure, you know, that I don't fuck them up. So it's like that's more so it's like remembering these are people who are human and they're, you know, exhausted, and it's like I just give it to me straight. I'm fucking tired. I'm a new parent. Like what? Make it simple, right? And start to really think of it in that way. Just as an example, and that goes for everybody. Make it really easy for people to understand you. And for me, it's saying a lot because it's also like human design is kind of its own weird kind of language. Thanks, Beata. And it's an art, and it took me time to make it as simple as possible. And even sometimes some of the simplest things sound really complicated. But again, I have a niche of people who I know have some education already in astrology, and then they know, you know, the people that I know that are going to go with me the distance are the people that are able to ask the proper questions to know where they need more clarity because they have a level of self-awareness. But, you know, it's important too. So thank you guys for being here. I'm glad we got to chat for this hour. I'm going to go post my energy of the day. The Human Design Way for tomorrow, Friday, December 19th. I will be on tomorrow night around the same time. Beata, it was nice to meet you. Claire, it was nice to see you again. And yeah, I will see you guys. All of this was recorded and it's over on my YouTube channel under the live section. So thank you, Darian, for being here too. And you guys can watch it again if you have any questions, or if you just feel like there were a lot of nuggets that you want to be able to listen to when it comes to spiritual entrepreneurship. So hello and goodbye, Orion.